We're walking, yeah, we're walking. We're walking to school. We're walking to school. Yeah, we're walking to school.
I need you. Hey, no, Mason, come here. All right. You ready? You can stay here if you want. Okay, so I got my boy Mason. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. But I'm doing my show today about Letterkenny. Mason wasn't having it, but anyway, Letterkenny. It's a really funny comedy. It's on Hulu, and I guess I'll explain it now. So it's about Wayne, like I said. He's a dog breeder, and he owns a farm. He like sells produce and stuff like that, right? And then he's got like his friends, Squirrely Dan and Daryl, who he calls Derry also. It also has his sister Katie. They're like the main four of it, right? And it's just like kind of off the wall, weird comedy. Like, okay, I guess I'll go through I wrote down some of the comedy things, and like there are very sexual parts, and that's mostly Gail, who owns Modine's 1, 2, and 3. And she just makes it weird. She has a thing for Wayne for sure. Let's just put it that way. And Glenn, the preacher Glenn, or Pastor Glenn, I mean, until he gets, yeah. So he also is kind of sexual, but like in a weird way, right? And then there are a couple other characters that come in, and you'll have to see. You'll have to find out. But anyway, the other main characters that you can look at are Riley and Jonesy. They're like hockey players, right? And like I said, this is Canadian, so you can't have Canada without hockey, right? It just sounds right. So they're funny. There's also Shorzy, who actually is played by the same guy as Wayne, and I'll talk about him in a second. And it has like just they have like that hockey comedy kind of, you know, where it's like kind of weird, and they have their own way of talking, but it's like the way they chirp each other is awesome. So it's got like super rude comedy in it, where like they're just up front, straight up with it, and I think it makes it great. And then other ones I wrote down, it's very quotable. There are a lot of things like the figure it out. You could say that all the time, and people who know Letterkenny will just sit back and be like, okay, whatever, you know. And there's also like repeat comedy. Like there's certain situations that they do, like when one character says "to be fair," everyone else in the room says "to be fair," and then they kind of like sing it out a little bit, and then they wrap it up, and then he gets to his point. A couple things like that, a couple weird things, but it's good. Nothing is like annoying really that is brought back, in my opinion. I think it's a good show, very funny. Did I write down anything else? There's kind of, okay, I wrote down dry not stale, which pretty much means like there is a lot of dry humor in it, but it's not so dry that it's like not funny. Like you can just hear it and just be like, wow, okay, that was, you know, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'll go through some more characters that are kind of important. Okay, there is McMurray, who also like kind of quarrels with Wayne a little bit, but not like fist fighting. There's a lot of fighting in this show too, which makes it cool. But he also has a sister, Bonnie McMurray. Yeah. And there's so many characters, but you get the point. It's funny. Characters are great. Good character development throughout it, right? And the guy who like pretty much created this whole thing, it's also Wayne. His name's Jared Keeso, or Kesso, however you say it. But he is really funny. He's the writer, producer. Obviously, he's like the star of it, and he plays two characters in it. And he says that it's kind of slightly based off of how he grew up in Canada, like his surroundings and stuff like that, which kind of adds a little bit to it. It's great. It started in 2016. It's still going on. Hopefully they add more soon, because I would like to see more soon. And to give the rating for it, I'd say it's a solid 8.5. there are moments, and the reason why it doesn't get a straight 9 is because there are moments that really, I feel, could be overdone, in my opinion. So it's very, like, it doesn't happen all the time in it, but there are moments where I'm like, okay, we can move along now, get the story rolling a little bit, you know. But other than that, great storyline, great character development through it. 8.5. Go watch it. Thank you guys for watching, listening, whatever you're doing with this. And if you like it, subscribe. If you like this video specifically, hit that like button. Thank you.